Yo, what's going on, my dudes? Today we're using a build that is an absolute Pyro powerhouse. It's a really strong one, puts out some big damage. This is the flame scale. It's a level 168 build. We've got 60 vigor, 28 endurance, 53 strength and 53 faith. We're going with strength faith on this one, a really good combination. In our flash we're using the Opaline hard tier for the damage negation and the flame shrouding crack tier to boost our fire attacks. And here's a quick look at the armour and talismans we're using on the build. We've got two main weapons on the build, the first one being the Magma Worm Scale Sword. And then our second main weapon on the build is the Cranial Vessel Candle Stand, a really underrated weapon with an even more underrated Ash of War. And then on the build also, we always have access to two Magma Blades. These are in our second weapon slots on both hands. We're using the Giant Seal to boost our incantations as they're all fire based. And then speaking of our incantations, we've got a good selection that all do some big damage. Really flashy incantations, there's going to be flames and explosions everywhere. We also have Flame Grant Me Strength on the build for the extra damage buff. And that's the build, guys. The channel's just passed 1,000 subs. I still can't quite believe it, but once again, a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed. Anyway guys, you lot sit back, relax and enjoy the video. So let's get into it, my dudes. First invasion. I referred to this build as the Pyro powerhouse, and that's exactly what he is. He's got some really good armour, he's got some good poise and good resistances, and it makes him a bit of a brawler. He's capable of putting out some really big damage, but he can also stay in the fight and take quite a lot of punishment as well. The fashion on this build is absolutely awesome. I really love the fashion on this one. I think it all flows together really well, and it does also kind of suit the Pyro theme. I really like it. I think it all works together really well. It's a good build, it's a fun build, and as I said, it can put out some huge damage, so our win rate on this build is quite high. Yeah, just a good build overall. As you can see from this first invasion, we're making this guy's life an absolute misery, stuck down here in the sewers, in this tight space. There's explosions and fire and flames going off everywhere, and this guy really doesn't know what to do. He's stuck in the pit with an absolute monster. You can see in this invasion we're using the Cranial Vessel Candle Stand. You don't often see this weapon, it's quite an underrated one. Well, it's actually a very underrated weapon. This weapon is a real beast. On a fire build such as this one, it can put out some big damage. I'm a huge fan of this weapon. Honestly, if you've never tried it, you should definitely give it a go. It's got an awesome Ash of War that can do some big damage, but you've got to use the Ash of War in the right situation. I attempted it a second ago, but that was the wrong time to use it. The player here was running away from me, and his momentum was taking him away from the damage area of the Ash of War. So you've just got to bear that in mind. It's a really good one to use if you've got players being aggressive on you, and you know they're going to run into you. It's got some good high armor, so the Ash of War can catch them out as they run in with some big damage. But if the players look like they're running away from you slightly, like he just was when I tried it a minute ago, it's not going to work. It's not going to catch him in the area of effect. So you've just got to bear that in mind. I really like on this build as well how it always have access to the two Magma Blades. It's just a matter of two quick swaps left and right, and then we have access to two curved swords which are really deadly on their own. But on this build, having two Magma Blades with the fire damage and a really nice Ash of War on them, they're definitely a huge asset on this build, and you'll see throughout many of these invasions that we do make constant use of them, switching to those weapons for the fast attacks. So we're using the Magma Worm Scale Sword in this invasion. This is the second main weapon on the build besides the candle stand. This is also another really underrated weapon. You don't see too much of this one as well, But again, it's a case of having it on the right build with the fire damage and a really good Ash of War. This weapon is an absolute monster. People don't use so many weapons in this game which can put out some huge damage, are super stylish and offer a different kind of playstyle. But the candle stand and the curved sword that I'm using on this build offer exactly that. It's something different, and especially with the Ashes of War, the very unique Ashes of War, there's nothing else in the game quite like either of them. It can make for some really stylish kills. I'd say that the overall thing about this build that I like the most is the aesthetic that we can create. It really is a case of flames and fire and explosions going off all over the place, with a mixture of the Ashes of War on all of our weapons plus the incantations that we're using. There's explosions, there's all sorts going on. We can make a real feeling of chaos, and yeah, we can be really deadly and put out some huge damage, and it all just looks so well. Like, I think this is the epitome of a fire build, a flame-based, flame-based damage build. It offers so much, it can do so much. The spells, the incantations, the Ashes of War, it all works together so well. We get a nice kill on this duo coming up shortly. Here we go. Level your vigour, that is absolutely pitiful, but we follow that up with a nice combo. The Ash of War from the candle stand takes the host out, does some huge damage, and it just showcases how good the Ash of War is on that weapon. But the summon, come on man, level your vigour, this is 168. You shouldn't die from one swing of a sword, or one swing of a candle stand even, at level 168. That is shocking. We're doing some nice harassment here in this invasion with the Giant's Flame Tatey. We managed to land a bit of damage there on the horse, and then we run in and do the awesome Ash of War with the flame scale, and we manage to take out the summon. That Ash of War hits like an absolute truck if you land it, and plus it's got that follow-up attack where you lunge forward and then you like drag the sword back. That also does huge damage, so even if you miss with the initial lunge, the part where you drag your sword back, that also has a chance to land. Both parts of that attack do huge damage, so either of them has a chance of landing and killing anyone who's close by. You can see there that we followed that up with some nice pressure with the Magma Blaze, and we got a good kill on that horse. Good inversion overall, 2 on 1, absolutely smashed them. I'm faced up against this duo for this invasion, and look at the damage the wizard puts out there. Absolutely insane. It nearly did our whole health bar with 2 blue laser beams. Just absolutely ludicrous damage, so I've got to be on my toes on this one. I cannot afford to let that wizard hit me again like that, because that was just insane. But there is a summon in this one, but as you can see off screen there, he actually died to the big fireball that we put up. The delayed explosion on that one is absolutely deadly if you let that hit you. That's going to do some big damage, and the summon behind us obviously weren't paying attention, and he got hit with the explosion and died off screen, which, for content purposes isn't ideal. We want to see those big juicy kills, don't we, in all its glory, but it doesn't matter because we did the job and we killed him anyway. So now we can focus on this host, put him under a bit of pressure, because I'm sure he's a typical wizard with no vigour. Looking at the damage there, he clearly has a bit of vigour. He does have some vigour, it's not going to be an easy fight. I've just got to watch out for those blue laser beams. As you saw earlier, this guy is capable of doing some crazy damage. A little bit of careless play there, I allowed myself to be hit with another blue laser, but luckily I'd just healed before it got to us, or else, we'd have been dead. If I didn't get that heal off at that point, I'd have been dead from that laser, and that would have been this invasion over. But luckily, we got the heal off and then the laser beam hit us, so we're still in the fight for now. This guy's aggroed a few of the PvE around here, he's got the zombie dog chasing him down, and that allowed us to keep the pressure on, chase him up here into this room, and it's a done deal. Fair play to this wizard, he clearly had a good build sorted out overall. He had some good vigour. He weren't your typical no brain, no vigour, no balls. He weren't your typical wizard, you know what I mean. He had a good build overall, good fight, good invasion. Now this definitely isn't ideal. Invading in the lake surrounded by water with an overall 100% bona fide fire build is not what you want to be doing, but these two don't look like they have two brain cells to share between them. We've got one of them in the full Bull Goats monstrosity outfit with a fingerprint shield, and the other guy is just blindly running at us. So a bit of clever play required here, and we're going to be able to take these two out, no problem, and try and get one over on this Bull Goats monstrosity. Now, I used to go fishing quite a lot, and in fishing there was a term that we used to use about certain anglers that went a little bit like this: all the gear, no idea. And that means that there's someone with all the latest equipment, all the best fishing tackle, but they'd never catch any fish, didn't have a single idea what they were doing. And that is that player in a nutshell. Full Bull Goats, fingerprint shield, massive sword, but sweetheart, you ain't catching any fish today. We're here at the first step against this ganking duo. I actually invaded these two quite a lot over this invasion session, and they did get a one up on me a few times, but you know, it was quite even. I got a few kills against them as well, but in this particular invasion it was putting me under a lot of pressure, and I was really on the back foot. I was really feeling like this weren't going to go my way, it just weren't feeling like a good invasion. But then, I can be your hero, baby, I can kiss away the pain. We've got a red invader with us. It's a 2-on-2. We've got an invasion buddy, and this guy came in to save the day. And now I can't believe I just sang. I can only apologise for the singing. But what I'm trying to say is that this red came in and made it a fair fight. And what a good job he's doing. You can see that the summon is putting me under some big pressure with the double Vike spears, and he gets right over to give me a hand. What an absolute dude. I really appreciate the way that he approached this invasion. We was really looking out for each other. You can see here the summon is so hungry for me. He's put me under a lot of pressure with those Vike spears. Little bit of unfortunate friendly fire there with my fellow invader, but I'm sure he won't mind. It's all in the nature of it. One big running attack there on the host, and we managed to take him out, and we pull a win out of the bag in the invasion. I'm really pleased with that one. The summon did kill me at the end there, but it doesn't matter because we've already killed the host. We'd already won. And big ups to that fellow invader. He really came in and did a good job, and we managed to take him out 2-on-2. And this is another invasion where it's a 2-on-1, but then we get that support. We get an invader with us, we get a fellow red who comes in, makes it an even fight, and that gives us the time and space and the opportunity to get on top of the situation, and we put an end to the invasion in style. We've got the Magma Curve sword, and I spot an opportunity here. Big slam on the host, and that takes him out no problem. Such big damage. Any host that hasn't got a lot of vigour isn't going to survive that Ash of War. We follow that up as well, and we kill the summon just to make sure, just to finish it off in style, take them both out and send them both to the graves. I've spawned into the shunning grounds on this one against this duo that I found down beneath the ladder here, and this is the perfect opportunity for the Flame of the Fell God. You send it down, it just floats down calm as you like, sees the host, and then the massive explosion kills the host outright in one. Apologies guys if my voice has been a little bit croaky throughout this video. I was actually out earlier today at the football watching Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, so my voice might be a little bit croaky from all the shouting and the cheering and stuff, so if you've noticed that my voice is a bit off, That's just why. I promise it'll be fine by the next one. But I know you're not really bothered about that, are you? You just want the kills, you just want the sweet, sweet kills, the burning, victorious, explosive kills. That's all you're here for, that's all you care about. Anyway guys, this is the last invasion of the video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Just want to say again guys, 1,000 subs. I'm so pleased, I feel like it's such a big milestone for the channel. It's going to take a while before I actually stop smiling about it. I'm super chuffed. Yeah, thank you for everyone. Thanks to everyone who subscribes. But the journey's definitely not over. I've no plans on stopping. I'm going to keep invading, keep making builds, keep churning out that content. And I hope you all stick around to watch it and keep enjoying the videos I'm putting out. So yeah, please like and subscribe guys if you like this one. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Enjoy the rest of this invasion, and I'll see you all on the next one.